Today's video might be interesting for you, but it's not much fun for us. The worst thing about being here at this camp is the mice. There are lots of mice out living in the forest, and they have made our way into the RV. So we are trying everything we can to keep them out and get them out. So today we went to the store. We bought dryer sheets because we heard that they don't like the smell of those. And so we're tucking those away in every nook and cranny we can find, including inside the speakers in the ceiling. Dryer sheets. They stink real good.
Oh, good golly. Those stink.
We got some more of these traps. We already had a bunch of them. They've been working really well, and we got more. These ones don't hurt if you get your finger in them, but they do kill a mouse really good. They're really easy to dump the dead mouse out because you just squeeze it and the mouse dumps right out. So that's really good compared to the good old wooden snap traps. The snap traps are good because they're super inexpensive. We bought a 2-pack for $1, and you just have to pull it back. You hook the thing under the little yellow piece and then pull it back. But then when it snaps, the mouse is caught in there, and then when you want to release the mouse, you have to try to find a way to pull this back without touching the mouse, or you just have to throw the whole thing away. So the black ones are definitely easier for that, to just remove the mouse and reuse them. We got some other wooden snap traps. The two kinds. One has just this plastic thing that you tuck this underneath this plastic thing to set it, and then you put your bait on there, and then when they touch it, it snaps. This kind is very similar but slightly different, that it has this metal piece instead of the plastic piece. So you just set these ones the same way, but you just rest this metal piece on the edge of this. And so same thing, then when a mouse touches this piece, it snaps it. So those do an effective job. They're super inexpensive. They work great. You just either have to throw them away or try to wiggle the mouse out of there, which is not much fun if you don't want to touch the dead mouse. We also got glue sticky traps. You can either lay them out flat. You just peel this off. It has peanut butter scented stickiness on the bottom. Or they can be folded. They're perforated on there. So you can easily fold them, and it folds into a little rectangle, so then they go inside. I really like this way of doing it because then if you drop something on it or if a kid steps on it, it'll just squish it. It'll make it not work anymore because the sticky stuff will all be stuck together. But I knew a kid once who stepped on one when it was laying flat, and there was no possible way to get it off his shoes. We ended up having to throw the shoes away. So having kids, or if you have pets, it's best to just fold them. It prevents it. These ones are pretty good at catching mice. We have had mice get out of them before, and they're also good at catching flies or spiders or any little bugs. And so we always keep some of these underneath the drawers in the RV just in case anything happens to get in there. But they're also good for mice. The trouble with these is that the mouse just sits there and suffers till it dies. So at least the snap traps just do away with the mouse quickly. These ones leave them suffering. We also got some mothballs a couple days ago, and we've already put those in so we can smell them. They don't smell great. They're supposed to deter the mice because they don't like the smell. We've heard peppermint oil. That's the reason we also went with the dryer sheets, because they just don't like the strong smell of them. The last thing we got is an ultrasonic pest repeller. We bought a 6-pack at Walmart. The reviews are either very good or very bad, so we really don't know, but we are going to test these out in the yard with the ground squirrels. There are a lot of ground squirrels out here, And we're just going to put one on an extension cord and stick it out in the middle of their field and see if they don't come up because they don't like it. Some of the reviews say they don't do anything. Some of them have lights on them. People say on the reviews that they're having a disco party playing with the lights. So who knows if these work or not. At Walmart they told us we can try them for a week and bring them back if they don't do anything. So we're going to try that. So that is our plan for our day off, is to spend the day trying to keep these mice out and get rid of the ones that are already in. We can hear them running in the ceilings. We've caught several of them up in the ceiling. The tip that we heard was to put a snap trap up in the ceiling tied to a string. Of course, we don't follow directions. We just put the snap trap up in the ceiling. One of them got his arm stuck in it and took off running with it. So we had to use some tongs and stick him up in the ceiling and pull him back. And then, of course, we listened and we put a string on it. So now the string just hangs down. So then when they get caught, we just pull the string down and get the mouse. We have also taped up everything we can find underneath the RV to try to prevent them from getting in. We've used some duct tape, some steel wool, and some spray foam to try to keep them out. They can easily chew through the foam and the duct tape, but at least then we'd see where they're getting in, and we can add some more steel wool to prevent them from getting in. And we've put mothballs around outside. So we'll see how this works with this ultrasonic thing, and we'll test that out with the ground squirrels and see what happens.
There it is. I'm gonna go check it out. They say it's an ultrasonic to keep away pests. Who are pests? Not us. Sheesh. This is our home. We're not afraid of that thing. This is our home and we're not leaving.
Obviously, the ultrasonic thing is not working. When I put it out there with those ground squirrels, they didn't even care. They paid no attention to it whatsoever. So it did not deter them. I'm not sure if it's deterring the mice or not. We've got probably 20 or 30 mice in traps. And after we put the mothballs and the thing in the ceiling and all the smelly stuff and the traps, we have not been catching as many. We got several in the ceiling, but since we put all the smelly stuff up there, we've only gotten one. We're still catching them outside a little bit on the tires. The snap traps, the ones with the yellow plastic thing on them, we do find more often snapped but empty. The ones with the metal on them are still usually set. So I'm not sure if the chipmunks or the mice are able to set them off and not get trapped in them. Whereas in the metal ones, they do get trapped, but we find about an equal amount of trapped ones in both of them, but we're finding less and less mice. So I think all the smelly stuff is deterring them, and then we're still catching some. So we're turning off all the ultrasonic things for a couple days. We'll see if that makes a difference or not. But so far things are better, and we do not have nearly as many mice. So we'll probably have to refresh the mothballs every so often and the fabric softeners just so that they continue to smell, because the smells kind of do wear off for a while. But our mouse problem seems to be a lot bigger. Next step, deal with those mosquitoes.